Hello, waitlisters. As promised, by being so patient on this waitlist to work with me, you get to submit your own burning business questions and I pop on and answer them. So today's question that I'm going to answer was, how do I prepare for the recession? I love this question. First of all, let me say we've been in a recession. This idea that we're about to enter into a recession, I don't really love it. I feel like it sets us up. It creates some fear, some scarcity inside of us. And I think it's really, really important to be very clear that we have been in a crisis season for many, many years. If you look at history, it says that we have about 5 more years of this crisis period left before we enter into our 20 years of abundance. And again, that's just based on looking at history, right? Data. I love data. So we've been in a recession. And I say that just because I don't want this conversation to elicit any panic inside. You've been surviving. So I do, however, believe it's really, really important to continue to keep our head above water and be really clear about how we're going to continue to survive and thrive. I think it boils down to two things. Number one, creativity. Get creative. Innovate, use new technology, yes, AI, to your advantage. Look for new ways to automate, systemize, provide whatever you've been providing to your people in new, fun, or more efficient ways. So, this does not mean you have to start from scratch. Quite the opposite. It does mean you can't sit back and rest on your laurels. It does mean that you've got to continue to be creative and look for ways to rise up and stand out from the crowd. So, when we were in the pandemic, I had this post that went viral and it said, "You cannot show up today and expect yesterday's results." I'll say it again. You cannot show up today and expect yesterday's results. I think that concept is still very, very relevant today, as relevant today as it was 3 years ago. And I think if you can abide by that mindset moving forward into the next year, 2 years, 3 years, you will continue to survive and thrive. Number two, connections. So one was creativity. Number two, connections. Network, 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 lean into your network, nurture your relationships. If there is one thing that helps you survive troubled times, it is people. It's not a system that could fail. It's not a way of doing things that could change tomorrow, right? It is people. People will continue to be your ally if you provide a good service and you nurture those relationships. So lean into your networks, look for new, fun collaboration ideas, nurture those relationships. Be willing to say someone's name in a crowded room, and then they will likely reciprocate that for you. I've built multiple multi-six-figure businesses all based on relationships. Never did I ever rely on Instagram ads or any kind of platform where the rug could be pulled out from underneath me. It was always referral based. I worked with one person, they loved their experience, they told 10 more, etc., etc. It is a fail-proof way to build a business no matter what's going on around us in the outside world. That is one thing we can control, right? So connections is number two. And I will say this, when you provide a good service and you nurture your relationships, you can build a sustainable business that is going to be more resilient and less volatile. And that's basically what we need when we're talking about how to prepare for a recession. If you combine that with preparation and progression, progressive thinking, well, a recession is going to have nothing on you, right? So stay creative, nurture those connections, and we've got this. I'm rooting for you and your up level as always. Any questions, feel free to hit reply. Otherwise, I will chat with you soon because I'm opening up the waitlist for one-on-one clients in November officially. So stay tuned for that. All right. Talk to you later.